Hey everyone, welcome to today's stability class, and we are on week 3 of our stability beginners course. Today we've got an exciting topic. It's mobility awareness. On week 1 we did our feet and our hands. Week 2 we did our elbows and our knees, and today we're looking at our hips and our shoulders. And I'm saying we're looking because physically we're doing the hips and the shoulders. Breath-wise, we're doing slowing down the breath and softening it, engaging with it at that level. And mentally, we are watching our body. So we had awareness in the first week, we had presence in the second week, and today we are watching with awareness and presence. So it's going to be an exciting week, and it's going to be a week when we're starting to put things together. Again, it's a class for all levels. I'm sure from beginners to advanced, you're going to find loads of details that you've never thought of, you've never seen. It's a fascinating exploration of your inner space. And I'm having loads of fun planning this, as you can see. All you need is a chair, a cushion for your knees, because we're going to do some postures, especially in the sun salutations where we put the knees down. So keep the cushion on your mat, keep the chair next to your mat, water and a towel. That being said, we can start our centering in the middle of your mat, feet hip-width apart, planting the big toe, planting the baby toe, taking the heels out slightly, just making sure you engage the front pad and the back pad of the foot and you plant them down with intention. And you can do a micro bend in the knee and really resist the floor through the four corners of the feet. Really feel the outsides of the feet working, the inner arches working, and the median arch between the big toe and the baby toe working. Soft, gentle knees, a nice bend. No locking them out now. A slight tuck in the pelvis, very little. Don't go too much forward, and don't be passive in sticking out the bum. A slight tuck, you will feel it in a throw up through the pelvic floor. Inhale into the navel, the sides of the rib cage, the chest and the throat. And you probably see me, when I say inhale, my shoulders go, because that's when the breath opens up the body, the abdomen, the sides of the rib cage, the chest and the throat, and my shoulders have a bit more space. So you can do that a couple of times, give yourselves a couple of shoulder rotations. They are our main focus today, so really enjoy them. Shoulders go up to the ears and then back and down. Don't push them together. Keep them down on the ribcage. There's a slight pull of them going towards each other, but don't push them together, and you'll see why later on. Open the palms towards me. Slight separation between the fingers. Nicely engaged fingers. The same way you're engaging the feet, engage the fingers. Let them mirror each other. Open the eyes of the elbows towards me. That rotates the shoulders open. Make sure you're not propping the chest up. Bring it slightly down. And then a slight dip in the chin, drawing the head back, really feeling the tone at the back of the head. It's a gorgeous feeling. You hear the smile on my face because that feels like, so nice. So in this beautifully aligned body, allow a gentle sway to start in the four corners of the feet. It might start front and back, left and right, and around. Let it be as it is. Close your eyes and very gently notice the tone that your body activates in response to gravity. Notice the force of gravity pulling the weight down. Let it do so. Let your body come down physically on the mat and ground itself down on the mat, and then allow the body to respond through tone activation. Breathe into that tone, feed it, and notice how the breath is. Mine's very excited. To start, The start of each class is like that. I start full on enthusiastic. Now, you guys are in your homes, you've got no lights on you, no cameras. So, notice that at the end of the day, your breath might feel relieved, it might feel calmer, slower, softer, and let it sway in the body. So, just the way your body sways around its center of gravity, allow the breath to come in and out at the same tone. The breath comes in, muscles react, they lift up in engagement, and then the breath goes out, muscles relax. They don't disengage, they just relax. In this way, there's always a front and back. So when the front of the body tones, the back of the body relaxes. When the back body tones, the front body relaxes. But notice how responsive they are. They're not disengaging when they're relaxing, they're just releasing. With the eyes closed, if you haven't closed them already, give yourselves 5 breaths in and out, bringing your awareness to following the breath, feeling your presence with your body and your breath, and then ever so slightly trying to slow down the inhale and slow down the exhale. A micro slowing down, no forcing the breath in any way, just as if you're trying to enjoy it longer. As the breath slows down, feel a softness coming along and feel the body mirroring both the slowing down and the softness. It feels like the body is surrendering to the breath. Allow it to do so. It's a beautiful body-breath connection. Take a deep inhale, open the eyes gently, and meet me standing at the tops of your mats. Inhale, bring the palms up, smile, plant the feet down, exhale, fold forward. Keep a gentle bend in the knees, let the head go. Inhale, look forward, bring the palms on the thighs, nice straight spine, hinge from the hips, tailbone tucked in slightly. Exhale, fold, step the right leg back, right knee down on the mat, cushion underneath the knee. Breathe in, salute the sun, nicely planted feet, knees are bent, keep the thighs rotating outwards. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, step the left leg back, high plank. We all love it. Plant the palms down, rotate the elbows towards the mat, open the shoulders, keep the hips where they feel the strongest and best at this moment. Exhale, knees down and sway the hips back. Inhale, slide forward into baby cobra. Only a tiny baby cobra. Plant the pubic bone down. Don't compress in the lower back. Forehead down. Exhale, lift the hip bones up. Inhale, right leg up, toes towards the midline. Exhale, bring the right foot forward, left knee down again, cushion underneath the left knee or a blanket. Press down through the front foot, back knee, back shin, and come up in low lunge. Smile, salute the sun. We saw it a couple of times today. Exhale, palms down. Bring the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up into extended mountain pose. Palms in Anjali Mudra. Inhale again, palms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left leg back, left knee on the mat. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, palms down on the mat. Right leg back, high plank. Everybody's favorite. Knees down on the mat. Exhale. In the same exhale, slide the hip bones back and then inhale, slide forward. Baby cobra, front of the feet, front of the thighs, pressing down, palms active, elbows active, shoulders open. Exhale, forehead down, press up into table and then hips up, back and down into down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot in between the palms. Right knee down. Inhale, salute the sun. Don't prop the chest. Bring the breastbone down. Exhale, palms down on the mat. Bring the right foot to meet the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up into mountain pose. Beautiful. Now, four corners of the feet are active. Take the shins back. Nice straight shins. Allow the torso to come forward. Extend the lower back and then tuck the tailbone in until you feel the draw up through the pelvic floor. Now, check to see the alignment that we learned in the previous weeks. Second toe, drawing a line up, meeting the middle of the knee. If the knee is going inwards, rotate the thighs outwards. If the knee is going outwards, rotate the thighs inwards. Generally, we need to rotate them outwards. Second toe, middle of the knee, and today we've reached the hip bones. Now make sure the hips stay open by a gentle tug of the pelvic floor, of the tailbone. Feel it in the pelvic floor. Now, thighs being active, you'll feel it in the middle of the thigh, but also at the top of the thigh. Lift. Imagine you're lifting the torso from the top of the thigh as well, not just from the middle of it. You're pressing up with the muscles around the kneecap, the belly of the thigh, and also the top where your psoas muscle is. Breathe in, bring the arms up. Now, shoulders are open, so no bunching the shoulders up like this. Make sure you rotate the shoulders down on the ribcage and then you extend the shoulders. So if you have to go in a V, I have to go in a V, go in a V. Now, chair pose. We're going to be here for a while. So let's use the breath to soften and energetically support our effort. Now you see I'm swaying left and right, front and back. I'd like you to do the same thing. And you'll notice the sway doesn't stop in your feet. You will soon feel it traveling up your body, into your shoulders and your arms. Don't let it sway you out of control. It might do so. Slow the breath down a little bit. Slow the sway down a little bit and allow yourself to go through the body scan. Now, torso is coming forward. Body weight is both on the front and the back of the foot. Heels are slightly out, engaged firmly on all sides. Knees are open. Thighs are rotating slightly outwards. Tailbone is in. You're breathing into the belly. You're breathing into the rib cage. Breathing into the chest, throat, and keeping the shoulders open down on the rib cage. Elbows are straight, fingers are engaged. Imagine you're holding a beautiful beach ball. My dream this summer. And you don't want to let it go. So imagine that pressure between your palms resisting against the beach ball, activating the muscles on the inside of the arm, on the outside of the arm, strengthening and straightening the elbows. The elbows are like the knees. Let them mirror the effort that the knees are making. You see, the sway is keeping me focused, and it's keeping my body in the tone and the release. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the palms down. Step the right leg back. Feet on railway tracks. Now the right foot is slightly out. Make sure you've got square hips. I call them cowboy hips, boom, boom. Today we're going to learn a different type of hip in my dictionary. Tailbone slightly in, breastbone slightly down, shoulders rotated. Breathe in, bring the arms up. Now, with the full body like this, the knee is not completely bent. Activate your feet. Give yourself a little bit of a shimmy left and right to make sure you feel the roots, the edges of the feet. Press them down. Let the tone travel up through the calves. Lift through the kneecaps and thighs. Open the hips by rotating the thighs out slightly. Tailbone is in. Breathe in. Extend the torso. Again, no bunching the shoulders up. Exhale. Lower the left knee down. Left knee over the left ankle. I am inching my left foot slightly forward, step by step, trying to find where my body is fully engaged, but also stable. Now, a gentle float from the hips. You're floating in your hips, but you're actually not moving them. You're letting them be massaged internally by the movement you're making in the thighs. So again, the thighs and the calves. Calves are moving your knees. Then the thighs around the kneecap, the middle of the thigh, and then the top of the thigh, plus the glutes are lifting the torso up. So they're making a bit more space. Again, we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths, floating in the body. Keep rotating the thighs out, drawing the pelvis in. Keep the hands up. I know that's the challenge generally. Don't press the shoulder blades together. Keep them nice and open. Imagine you're extending from the middle of the armpit along the arm into the index fingers. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring the palms on the hip bones. Step the right foot forward. Bring the palms in Anjali Mudra and give yourselves a nice sway. 3 breaths in. 3 breaths out. Allow the sway to be around the hips. Make a slight circle with the hips and check to see how they feel. You should be feeling a bit of space, fluidity, a nice inner massage. Or you might just feel good because they feel like they're doing something after a long day of sitting. Keep the hands on the hips. Step the left foot back. Again, left foot is slightly turned in. Legs on the railway tracks, about a meter away between the legs. Now, allow the hips to come towards the front of the mat, cowboy hips, tailbone in, breastbone down, shoulders rotated. Inhale, bringing the palms up, nicely engaged. Imagine the thumbs going towards the back wall, going like, oh, I'm gonna hitchhike. Breathe in, exhale, bend the right knee over the right ankle. And find where the thigh is working most while keeping the body firmly planted. So you feel the outside edge of the back foot. You are pressing down through the back heel, lifting through the back calf. The front kneecap and thigh is working. Front kneecap and thigh is working. Hip flexor on the left side is extended. Hip on the right side is strengthening. And again, a gentle float. Just to let you explore the body. You can close your eyes if you want to. It increases your awareness. You don't have to keep balance. Now keep rotating the thighs outwards. Tuck the tailbone in. Again, thumbs towards the back wall, shoulders down. I jumped from the thighs to the thumbs because I wanted to focus on the hips and the shoulders. Be mindful of your breath. Keep the ribcage open at all times. If you can slow it down, do so. Breathe in, exhale, palms on the hips, step the left foot forward. Now, feet hip width apart, hands on hips, plant the feet down, bend the knees, allow the body weight to come down through the four corners of the feet. Keep the middle finger on the hip crease. Right underneath your hip bone, you should feel your hip crease. So do a couple of moves like this to feel where your thighs are meeting your hips. If you really press in, you'll be able to feel that. Now inhale, extend the spine, gently bend the elbows towards the back to keep the shoulders open, keep the torso open, but be mindful of propping the breastbone. When we prop the breastbone, we are not able to extend the spine as much as we would. So bring the breastbone slightly in. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold as far as the first exhale will take you. Keep the knees slightly bent, a slight tuck in the lower back. Fold by hinging from the hips. Imagine you're taking the hips back. Let the body weight come forward onto the front pads now. Inhale, exhale, looking forward, extending the spine. Fold a little bit more. You should be able to feel your hamstrings, your glutes going. Feel that. Inhale, exhale one more time. Now this time, stay there. Stabilize your forward fold. Keep the hips open by rotating the thighs outwards. Tailbone slightly in. Shoulders rotated. Hands on hips. Chin to chest. Now allow yourselves to sway in your hips. Keep resisting the floor. Keep the knees slightly bent. You can extend them a little bit, but not too much. Don't hyperextend them backwards. Also, make sure you are constantly pressing down the four corners of the feet. Make sure the calves are responding. Make sure the thighs are responding. And make sure the hamstrings are felt. Now for this one, you can use your chair as well if you want to go a little bit deeper with support. You can also use a block, but I only wanted to use one prop. I didn't want you to have a high maintenance yoga class. It's a simple one because yoga is simple. So why should we make it complicated? Keep the shoulders constantly rotated and let yourselves feel the tops of the thigh bones, the femur. I remember the name. So the femur gently in the hip socket. It should feel both wonderful, but at the same time intense because of the hamstrings. Let the wonderful feeling take over the intensity. And again, breathe into the hamstrings. Inhale and exhale, pressing down, hands on hip bones. Come up. Beautiful, guys. Exit. Now meet me on the left side of your mat. Feet together. Inhale. Step out with the right foot. Take a deep breath in and rotate the right foot on its heel to open up the right hip. So you see, I'm going to do this a couple of times for you to see how keeping the leg engaged, rotating it on its heel, opens the hip out. So I'm not just doing this, because that actually keeps the hip locked. See what my knee does? I am engaging the foot. The foot is active, pressing through the heel, responding through the calves, shins, kneecaps, thigh, and opening the hip. My knee goes out nicely. My hip is open. And then I plant the foot down. Now, I don't plant it 90 degrees because my knee still goes in a little bit. So I need a bit more support. So I'm going to bring the big toe in a little bit more. So it's not 90 degrees, it's like 85. You can do so as well if your knees go inwards. Now, activate the thigh, keep the hip open. Activate the thigh on the opposite side, keep the hip open. Bring the back foot slightly in, about 15 degrees, as much as you have to feel the outside and the inside of the foot equally active. Again, I'm pressing through the heel, pressing through the big toe, pressing through the baby toe, lifting through the whole muscular system of the leg. Tailbone is in. Inhale, bring the arms up. Micro bend in the front knee. Exhale, bring the arms out. Inhale, I rotate the palms out. That drops the shoulders down onto the rib cage. Inhale, I rotate just the palms. The shoulders stay on the rib cage. I breathe in. I press down through the four corners. I lift through the thighs. Tailbone is in, extending the spine. Exhale. Elvis, pelvis now. Second type of hip. The left hip goes inwards and up. Right hip goes outwards and up. So I'm lifting through both tops of the thighs, making more space in my hips, but I'm tilting them slightly to the left. So inhale, really feel the draw up at the top of the left thigh. It's like somebody is lifting you from right underneath the hip bone. Breathe in, exhale, come, stretch the right hand up and over. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, reach for something on the right. There's something really good there. In my case, it's my water. Inhale, exhale again. Now the The right side of the body is nicely extended. Don't compromise it for anything, guys. We've worked a lot for this space. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Keep the right shoulder open. Keep the left shoulder open. Grow through the left hand. And we are in triangle. Gently flow front and back. Close your eyes if you want to. Now, wake up the inner watcher. Notice your hips. What takes to keep them open? The engagement from the ground up. Heels are pressing, big toes are pressing, resisting the floor. Shin muscles, calf muscles are lifting up. Kneecaps are supporting the knees, keeping them open. Thighs are rotating outwards. Tailbone is in. Core is active. Breastbone is down. You're extending from the armpits through to the index fingers, keeping the torso open. You're looking up. I'm looking at you. And slowly swaying to soften it down. If it's too intense, you can put a micro bend in the front knee just to have a bit of fun, bit of a break, but keep that beautiful length along the spine. Breathe in, exhale, gently come up. Bring the right foot in, take the left foot out. Heels in line, back foot 15 degrees in. Again, front foot slightly off the 90-degree mark to support the knee if it goes in. Give yourself a little bit of a shimmy to activate the edges of the feet. Back foot is super active, taking half of the weight. Share the load. Front of the body is active, back of the body is active, left side is active, right side is active. Well, the other side. Inhale, bring the palms up. Exhale, take them out. Love keeping the shimmy when I do this. It keeps my body energized. Now, imagine taking the pinkies towards the back wall. That always opens the chest out a little bit. Bring the breastbone down after you do that. I always prop my chest up, so I have to be mindful of that. Now, take the palms up, let the shoulders drop onto the ribcage, and then rotate just the palms down. Breathe in, and again, Elvis, pelvis. This time we're lifting, resisting the floor through the four corners of the feet, lifting through the whole muscular system, and then imagine somebody's lifting you right from underneath the hip bones, the tops of the thighs, and then tilting you towards the left. So left hip goes in and up, right hip goes out and up, just like Elvis. Inhale and exhale, turn, exhale, lift the left arm up and stretch the left side of the torso up and over. And then inhale again, extend the spine, exhale up and over. Inhale and up and over. And then inhale and exhale down. Keep the extension in the torso. Take the left shoulder away from the left ear. Grow through the right arm up. Palms towards me, looking up or looking at me. You can also look ahead, wherever you want to. Keep the shoulders open and away from the body. Breastbone in, tailbone in. Enjoy the beautiful openness. And gently sway front and back, allowing the front sway to relax the back body, allowing the back sway to relax the front body. It's like a super rooting inner massage. I remember my Swami in India saying the heartbeat and the breath are like the most intimate inner massage. So if you're not connected to that, you'll always want outside massage. You'll go for a massage because they're very popular. Well, to me, yoga is a full body inner massage. It's not just the heartbeat and the breath, it's the whole body releasing itself. Breathe in and exhale, cartwheel the hands back. And you guys will love me for this. Let's take 2 breaths, bringing the feet together. Let's bring the hands up this time, thumbs towards the back wall, and allow a nice gentle sway. I think last week I called it a mini rave. Today is our mini Woodstock. Imagine. Yay! Allow the sway around the 4 corners of the feet to move up into the hips and then around the spine, around the shoulders. You can move the head naturally. If you find yourselves doing a little bit of an inner outer dance, go for it. You have the privacy now to do it, but I want to hear all about it. You can close your eyes for this one. I'm going to give you 2 more breaths here. Feel the tops of the shoulder bones in the shoulder sockets, gently rotating, releasing internally. Feels lovely. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra. Forearms in a line, nicely level to the shoulders, pressing each of the fingers against the other finger from the other hand with intent. So really resisting, because that gets us to do this, opening the shoulders and keeping them like that. Stepping the feet out, the width of the mat, depending on the length of your legs, but generally it's the width of the mat. Taking the toes slightly out, bending the knees over ankles, hip bones and tailbone back, and then a slight tuck. So don't compress in the lower back, slight tuck. Open the shoulders, lengthen the spine. Inhale, gently start swaying around the 4 corners of the feet, right into your hip bones. And as you sway, come down. Breathe in and then come down. It feels so nice. You feel it in my giggles and my laughter. It feels so nice, beautiful. Take a deep inhale and then exhale, fold, hinge from the hips like the forward fold that we did, bringing the hard part of the elbows on the hard part, next to the hard part of the knees, not on the inside. Inhale, keep the palms together. Exhale, lower tailbone down, keeping the shoulders nicely open. Tailbone in, drawing through the pelvic floor up. 4 corners of the feet are active. Swaying around your hips, but also around the center of gravity. And again, keep those hips up. Don't collapse in your garland. Malasana. Beautiful pose. If you want to go deeper Open the shoulders a little bit more, extend the spine. Don't lower the tailbone. Gonna stay here for 3 more breaths, guys. I know you can do this. Beautiful releasing pose. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. One more inhale. And another exhale, palms down, knees down on the mat. And here we are in table. Give yourselves a nice little sway. And you know I always call this a little bit of honey after garland, because it feels like honey running around the hip joints. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the elbows down on the mat, elbows underneath the shoulders. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, make a fist, but bring the pinky in, plant it firmly down, curl the toes, inhale, bring the tailbone up, back and down, like a down dog, but this time it's a dolphin. Now look at your shoulders. Today we're watching the body, so look at the shoulders. Are they open? Look at the knees. Are they active? Look at the ankles. Are they extended? Are you lifting through the ankles? And then stay there in dolphin, swaying around the 4 corners of your roots. If you feel the need, for example, I feel the need to separate my feet a little bit more, do so. Keep breathing into the rib cage. Allow the breath to stay fluid. Beautiful. Inhale. Bring the head in between the upper arms. Bring the left foot in the central line. Imagine a line that runs in the middle of your mat from your hands. And then bring the right leg up. Toes towards the midline. Look at your hips. Are they level? If so, yay, well done. If not, that means you have to press through the back heel, rotate the toes a little bit more inwards. Don't do this. That throws the whole body off balance. Press through the 4 corners of the feet, even though one foot is in the air. Breathe in and then exhale. Bring the right foot down. Bring the right foot on the midline. Inhale. Bring the left foot up. Again, thighs are rotating outwards. Tailbone is in. Pressing the elbows down, keeping the shoulders open. 2 more breaths here, guys. Inhale and exhale. Left foot down. That was 1 breath. Yay. I am sure you loved the 1 breath. Now, come up. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder stretch after this dolphin. Bring the right arm up. Bend the left forearm. Bring the left palm on the left elbow and left palm on the right elbow. You can bring the left palm on the left elbow. Inhale, bring the breastbone in, tailbone in, and gently stretch the right tricep. Do micro moves. Inhale, exhale, bring the right hand in front of the chest, left palm on the outside of the upper arm. I used to do this in Deidre's class. Shout out to Deidre if you're watching the video, or when you're watching the video. Miss this so much. And again, micro moves, feeling the shoulder blade release. Time to check in with the breath. You can do this with your eyes closed. Exhale, change sides. Give the right shoulder a little bit of a shake. That always feels nice. Left hand up, bending the left elbow and then bringing the right palm on it, and then gently taking it back. Keep the breath going down. That's my thing. But I have to tell you guys, if I see that in me, I imagine a lot of people are doing it. Inhale and exhale. Palm right hand in front of the chest, bringing the right hand on, again on the outside of the left elbow, and gently palm towards the back wall, stretching the outside of the left shoulder blade. That dolphin was very intense on the shoulders. But it's good to learn to deal with intensity. If we bring the breath and the mind focus into it, you'll see that intensity opens up. It's no longer the single focus that keeps us hooked into that. We're layering our awareness on the breath and the mind, and that dims it in a way. Now, onto the belly. Speaking about intensity, one final cool down pose. Onto the belly, pressing the pubic bone down, separating the feet slightly. Inhaling, exhaling, bending the feet towards the bum. Breathe in, exhale, bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot, on the right ankle. Bend the right ankle. Inhale, exhale, bring the left hand on the inside. Now keep the feet bent and check to see how you can lift the thighs. Keep the forehead down. Inhale, lift the thighs. Exhale, lower them down. You can also do this on the outside of the ankles, wherever it feels more comfortable and wherever you can keep the shoulders open. Forehead down, lift the thighs off the mat. Exhale, lower the thighs down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up one more time. This time, exhale, lift the head as well. Press the knees up. Keep pressing with the pubic bone down. Keep the knees together. Look underneath your eyebrows. Shoulders open. Thighs pressing up. Keep the feet flexed. Nice slow breaths, shallow breaths. Soft and slow. Inhale, exhale, thighs down. Press the palm, bring the palms underneath the shoulders. Press up into table. Cross the shins and roll back onto the sitting bones. Keeping the sitting bones nicely planted, taking the flesh off them, really letting them feel the floor. That bow felt awesome. It's a back bend, so we're gonna neutralize it with a forward bend. So keep the knees off the mat. Breathe in, bring the palms up. Exhale, looking forward, fold, keeping the sitting bones down, drawing them down, lifting the spine up as far as the first exhale will take. Inhale again, exhale, fold a little bit forward. Inhale again, exhale, fold a little bit forward, wherever the palms rest while keeping the shoulders open. So it might be the shins, might be the elbows, might be the thighs. In my case today, thighs feel best. Then, when you found your forward fold, extending the lower back towards the mat, lifting the spine upwards, you can gently stretch the knees a little bit, just to feel that beautiful stretch in the hamstrings too. Keep the thighs rotated. You want to see a little bit of space in the hips here. So no compressing in the hips, keeping them open by an external gentle rotation. And again, close your eyes. Be in your body. Be in your breath. Be in your mind. And see what comes in. Just the way you see how the body reacts. Inhale, come up, cross the shins at their middle, easy cross-legged. Rotate the shoulders open, breathe in, exhale, bring the right palm to the side. Inhale, bend the right elbow and give yourself a nice side stretch. You don't have to reach the mat with the elbow. Just give yourself a nice long left side stretch. You're stretching each of the muscles. Keep pressing the left knee down to allow yourself to feel the whole leg from the inner groin, the hip, all the intercostal muscles, the outside of the left arm going. Yay, that feels awesome. I hope they're saying that. Breathe in. Nice soft breath. The breath is now calm. It's climbed its mountains, dipped in the valleys, and now has finally come home to run like a quiet mountain river. That was the image I got in my mind. Inhale and exhale. Micro bend to the other side. Bring the left hand to the side in line with the left hip bone. Inhale and exhale. Keep the elbows straight, shoulders open. Again, rotate the shoulder open. Imagine the thumb going towards the back while keep the elbow straight, the arm active. And again, press down with the right sitting bone and the right knee. You'll feel the stretch a lot more intensely. You can look up. Don't compromise that elbow integrity. And also don't compromise the sitting bone integrity. Press through the left arm if that helps you root down through the right sitting bone better. Breathe in and exhale, come out. That was super nice. Micro bend to the other side. Left hand on the right knee. Inhale, exhale, take the right hand back. Rotate the torso. Look over the right shoulder. Breathe into the twist, and with each exhale, try to go a little bit deeper, twisting from the thoracic spine. So your belly and your rib cage. Keep the shoulders open. Watch what they're doing. Mine are always a bit knotty. They want to come forward. Always have to rotate them backwards. It's a process. It's a self-education process. I've taught the body to do this. It hasn't learned by itself. I have to correct it. Inhale, come back to the center, micro twist to the other side, right hand on the left knee. Inhale, take the left hand back behind the left sitting bone. Inhale and exhale, twist towards the left. Keep the shoulders open. Nice stretch along the spine and a nice twist. Just to release all of that tension along the lower back especially. Breathe in and exhale, come back to the center. Micro twist to the other side and get ready for Shavasana. So you guys lie back on your mats. Make yourselves comfortable. Put on the socks. Put on an extra top blanket. Put a cushion underneath your heads. I'll be sitting on my mat. Eyes closed. Allowing the body to rest on the floor. Allowing its body weight to come down. Feeling all the inner layers in their physicality, just releasing. Feel the bones dropping, the muscles dropping, the skin stretching, feeling the clothes on your body, the floor beneath you, the points of contact between the back body and the floor, where the weight is resting, where the weight is just taken by the ground. No need to hold on to it anymore, just let it go. And in this space of rest, bring your awareness to your breath. And notice how the breath flows in, opens the inner space, and then flows out in release. Allow the breath to open the inner space up And release anything that doesn't serve you anymore on each exhale. And then notice your mind. Any sensations, ideas, thoughts that might come to you, let them come to you. Never fight them off. Just like the breath, let them come in. And with the breath, let them flow out. Some of them might decide to stay a little bit longer. Some of them might not even enter. You might see just a shadow of them. Just let them be. Be the watcher in your body, noticing its willingness to release. Be the watcher in your breath, noticing its natural flow, opening and releasing. And be the watcher in your mind, allowing anything that comes to also go. Don't let the awareness travel. Stay with it. Let it accompany everything that's happening in your body, your breath, and your mind. As you're noticing all the micro details about this wonderful release, tune into how your physical body, your energetic body, and your mental body feel together. They have a lightness together. They have a certain frequency together. Allow yourself to feel that wonderful touch of energy around your body. That wonderful vibration of energy around your body. It's like you are breathing in circles. Your breath is swaying around each of the body parts, surrounding it like a veil of energy. In that circle, it lifts the physical body up. The heaviness in it just dissipates into the lightness of the energy. It no longer feels like you're breathing in a linear pattern. It feels like you're breathing in a circular motion around your feet, your calves, your thighs, your hips, your lower back, your torso, your spine. You're breathing around your heart, your shoulders, your arms, your neck, your head. It's a spontaneous body breath. Very energizing, very uplifting, very opening as well. Like the physical body opens within the energetic body. Take another breath in and on the exhale, let it out with a soft sigh. And another breath in, and then another soft sigh. And another breath in, and sigh number 3. Whenever you're ready, gently move the fingers and the toes. Give yourselves a nice full body stretch, keeping the eyes still closed. Notice that beautiful stretch from the inside out. Bringing the hands to your face, gently massaging the face, bringing the hands in over the eyes, opening the eyes gently in the darkness of the palms. It always is a little bit soothing. And whenever you guys are ready, you can meet me in either cross-legged or I'm here in Thunderbolt. I stayed like this. I hope you guys enjoyed the class. It felt very uplifting for me. We did a lot of energetic work in all the micro moves. I'll tell you all about them very soon. You can join me in my little prayer. May all beings know freedom, may all beings know light, and may all beings know love. Namaste. I bow to you, wonderful people. Thank you. Now, as usual, I'll say my hellos. I'll check to see if you guys had any questions during the practice. And I'll tell you about hyperextension and locking out the elbows and the knees. Giving you time to ask me again any questions you might have had. It's just to add to the interactive experience of our live sessions. So first the hellos. And my YouTube is Quiva, hey, Maureen and Neve. Oh, it's been too long. Well, thanks the internet for this wonderful occasion. I can't believe how adaptable we are, and it's a great way for us to keep going and share the practice and the love of yoga. Share practice and the love. Now, finally, my internet came back. Maureen and Anne and Quiva, let me know how you guys got on with the practice. If there's anybody out there which I haven't mentioned because I can't see you, hello. Now, I'll give you time to ask me questions and also to say hello. Last week we did elbows and knees, and Colin had a wonderful question on the WhatsApp group about hyperextension versus locking out the elbows and the knees. So I said, why not talk about it, because it's a longer experience to have than just a short answer. So to talk about it, I thought about 4 questions. So the first question is, where do they start? Where do both of them start? Hyperextension versus locking out the knees. The second question is, what can I check when it's happening? So how can I see it? The third question is, what's the impact for both of them? And the fourth question is, what can I do about it? Now, on one side, we have hyperextension, negative. On the other side, we have locking out the knees and the elbows, positive, strengthening. So, where do they start? Logically, they start with the roots. And I will demonstrate both with the hands and with the feet. So our roots are the feet and the hands that touch the ground. So hyperextension starts by not engaging the foot, not engaging the arches, not engaging the resistance, just letting the foot be on the ground, generally leaning back into the heels, popping the knees back, compressing in the lower back. So this is hyperextension. My toes, as you can see, are free to come off the mat. You can try this yourselves. You won't hurt yourselves if you try this for a minute. Just check to see how destabilizing this is. However, because a lot of people do it every day, they found a way to cope with this, and they have their managing mechanism. So they might not even know they're hyperextended. So where do they start? Disengaging the roots. The same for the elbows. I'm pressing down in plank or in table. I'll demonstrate in table. I'm pressing down and I'm not really doing anything with my hands. I'm just leaning into my wrists. Sometimes I call them spider spider fingers. Fingers are not really doing anything. Knuckles are not doing anything. So I'm just propping bone on bone into the wrist, really uncomfortable. That's the first step. Disengaged roots. That's where hyperextension starts. And again, we are going onto the roots, to see where locking out starts. So I'm engaging the four corners of the feet, taking the heels out, pressing the big toe, pressing the baby toe. You've heard me say this is like, feel like a drill sergeant every time I start a class, but it's essential because that's when we activate the feet, we allow the front of the foot, the back of the foot to wake up the muscles of the shins, the muscles of the calves. Then the same tone travels into the knees. The muscles around the knees respond by activating in the same way. The thighs rotate out slightly. As you can see, I can't take my feet off the ground. They are literally glued, grounded, rooted. Thighs are rotating. That opens out my hips. A slight tuck in the tailbone to activate the lower abdominals and the pelvic floor. So again, locking out started from the ground up. Where does it start in the elbows? The same way. So I have my four corners of the palms pressing down. I'm allowing the body weight to come down onto the knuckles. I'm pressing the palms down, rotating the elbows forward, lifting through the forearms. You see my muscles starting to work. Lifting through the upper arms. You see them working too. Opening the shoulders out. So that looks different from this. See my shoulders going in here? Trying to accentuate it. Look at my shaky elbows. Open out. Palms firmly planted, pressing down. Really letting the muscles do the work. Travel upwards in toe. So, question number one, where do they start? The engagement in the root. Question number two, how can I check them? Well, quite easy to check. If I'm leaning back into locked out legs, I can take my toes off. My muscles are not engaged. My thighs are floppy. Front part of my body is doing nothing. Back part of my body is overcompensating, and it will actually hurt if it doesn't already. Same with the same with the hyperextension in the elbows. I'm hyperextending. Where do I check? I check in the tone of my muscles. No tone. My palms, again, not equally engaged. My shoulders, closed. Locking them out. Palms are engaged. Wrists are not taking all of the weight. Knuckles are as well. The base of the fingers is engaged. The muscles around the forearm and the upper arm are engaged, rotating outwards, opening the shoulders. Same for the legs. I'm pressing the weight down. Heels are pressed down, rooting down. Front of the thighs is active, lifting through the kneecap, lifting through the thighs, lifting through the top of the thighs. So you see, all the muscle is working. Tops of the glutes are active too. So I'm really nicely stable on my legs. I'm not leaning back, not leaning forward, nicely centered. And in the tone of my muscles. So that's how I check. The third question was, where's the impact? Well, as you probably noticed, the impact, if I'm not engaging the muscles of my legs, the muscles of my arms, I'll feel it in the wrists, I'll feel it in the shoulders, I'll feel it in the ankles, and I'll feel it in the hips and the lower back. So that's the importance of engaging the muscular system in its full strength, in its full tone. If the muscles are not engaging, that means we're not keeping the joints open. And if the joints are not open, they're going to compress. We're going to rub bone on bone. They're going to wear out. They're not. We can't grow that tissue back. We can replace the hips, but it's not advisable. So engaging the muscles protects the joints, but it also keeps the muscles nice and strong. So a double positive effect, a double win. And the fourth question was, what can I do about it? 3 things. The first one is resist through the ground. It's the root. So engage the 4 corners. If you have to go back to course number 1 and see it for the hands and the feet engagement, do so. They wake up all the muscles along the arms and along the legs. And that's why we did it in this order. Because now you can understand how to keep the hips open by fully engaging the roots. So resistance to the roots is number 1. The second one is responding fully with the muscles. So stretching the muscles and strengthening them, engaging them, toning. I'm pressing the arms down, 4 corners working. My muscles along the forearm, around the upper arm, around the shoulders are engaged. So I'm not letting any of them be passive. The same with the leg. I'm pressing through the 4 corners of the feet, and then I am lifting through the calves, through the shins, thighs, and glutes. So I'm keeping everything engaged, and I am aware of that engagement. And that's step 3, keeping constant engagement and awareness. So it's not enough to do it once. Oh, I'm rooting down. 2, I'm toning. I'm lifting up. Root and rise. The third one is we have to do that with awareness constantly. Otherwise, we let the old habits take over. It's a process of education on the body. We want to have an open body. We want to have a strong body. We want to have a healthy body. And in that healthy body, we want to be constantly aware of what we're doing. So there is not a moment when we don't know, oh, am I engaging? Am I keeping my muscles engaged? Am I rooting down properly? So what we learn on the mat, all those details about alignment, how to keep our feet, how to keep the legs, how to keep the knees, how to keep the tailbone, those need to be taken off the mat too. I'm not saying go around walking in triangles, but what I'm saying is the same discipline that you have on your mat, take it with you in your real world. Especially this, locking out the knees, locking out the arms. How many times have you stood in a line and just completely disengaged? I used to do it, completely disengaged about it. It doesn't really matter. I'm not on my mat. Don't do it. It's as simple as that. You learn it now, step by step. Layer it through each and every moment of your standing or sitting life. So rooting, engagement, and awareness. Root, rise, and be aware of what you're doing. Now, that was my talk about hyperextension and locking out the knees and the elbows. I'll just check to see if you guys had any questions. Erica, there was a lot of clinking going on. But my hips were very good. Yes, clinking means there's air in the joints, and medically there's nothing wrong. there are moments in your days, or moments in the month, when you have more or less air in the joints. It's perfectly normal. Sometimes my joints go, oh, no problem. I like the sound. It's like they're talking to me. Anne says shoulders really needed that. Shoulders were very tight. Yes, we're going to do more and more work on the shoulders next time as well. As you probably noticed, we're working our way from the outside in. So we're going to do shoulders and neck next time. We're really going to focus on this area, especially including the breastbone. So get ready for more in-depth work. Also, shoulders are really they're fascinating joints, because we do a lot of detailed movements with them. So they're very complex, and we need to be mindful when we're opening them not to put too much weight, and when we do so, to really keep them open through a super engaged line of force. So that locking out of the elbows that I told you about today, that's essential when we're working with weight on the shoulders. If that's not engaged, the rotator cuffs, the shoulder joint, one part of the shoulder joint will start feeling sore. So it's a great way for us to progress in our body awareness. Now, you guys feel free to ask any questions on the channel if they come to your mind later after the practice. That's all from me for today. Keep watching the videos and keep joining me for my practice, and follow your journey through the beginners course. It's a great fun. It's great fun for me to plan the classes. Again, thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you next time.